Yo, it's one of the guys, it's Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and today the Cincinnati Bengals have signed Desmond Ritter to a deal. Desmond Ritter coming into Cincinnati. Obviously, he's not going to bring any competition to the number one spot in Joe Burrow. I think there's not a lot of guys that could do that. But I think the competition that Ritter could potentially spark this offseason is an offseason or training camp preseason QB2 battle potentially between Ritter and Jake Browning. Ultimately, do I think that happen? Do I think that happens? Probably not, because I think the Bengals probably really like what they saw in Browning in the 2024 season, 2023 season. And he did play one game in 2024 in January 2024 and in the last, in week 18, finished the second half of the season for Joe Burrow in 2023 when Joe Burrow had the season-ending injury. And Browning wasn't terrible, and I think he is a really good backup to have. The Bengals gave him a really solid deal after that to retain him to back up Joe Burrow. I think they really like him. But Desmond Ritter, if he can come in and make some noise, I'm not going to cross out the fact that he could potentially come in and take the backup job from Browning. 500 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns last season, and only one start. He did play in 5 games, though. He had a couple games with the Raiders where he'd come in the second half and do some relief work for the Raiders. They had the Raiders had a lot of games last year where one quarterback played the first half and then another one played the second half. I would think the Raiders, they would hope that changes this next season with Geno Smith coming in. But we will see what happens with Desmond Ritter going to Cincinnati. I think this is a good addition for them to maybe create a little bit of a competition between Ritter and Jake Browning at the backup quarterback spot. Ritter did start 12 games in the same season that we saw, Browning get some opportunities. Browning, obviously was a starter for Cincinnati at the end of the season in 2023 when Joe Burrow got hurt. Well, that was the same year Desmond Ritter started 12 games for the Falcons. So Ritter has some starting experience as well from the Atlanta Falcons. Let me know your thoughts on the signing for the Cincinnati Bengals in the comment section, and peace out.